Welcome, students, faculty, staff, honored guests, and families to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2024. I'm Eric Mormon, Dean of Faculty, and it's my honor to be your MC today. We're here to celebrate the incredible achievements of the class of 2024 and the extraordinary support network that helped them along the way. So to all the families who provided boundless love, endless love to them, and occasional reminders to eat something other than ramen, this day is also for you. Please be aware that we are live streaming today's event, and a link to the recording will be available after the ceremony. We also have professional photographers. They will be taking portraits of all of our graduates, and those will be sent to students as a link after the ceremony be available for purchase. For the dignity of today's event, please remain in your seats. You can take photos from there at any time during the event. Now, before we begin, a very important reminder. Please double check your devices, your phones, or any other electronic device, and make sure that we're silenced and ready for the ceremony to begin. We wouldn't want Siri to interrupt us with an important weather update right in the middle of things. All right. Please all rise for the national anthem as performed by the DigiPen Dragon Chorus. Thank you, Dragon Chorus. Please all, you can be seated. Thank you everyone for coming to celebrate this special day in 2024. I would like to welcome Mr. Claude Comer, DigiPen's president and founder, to say a few words.
Got my notes. Those are my notes. Well, it's another year, another graduation, another day that I usually hate. Honestly. First, I need to wear a jacket and a tie, which is usually not my style. Second, I have to see you going. And it is a day where I'm happy, to finally graduate a batch of people that will go out there and represent our values, our education, and you would represent yourself as well. So it's a good day, but it's also sad for us because we have spent 4 years together, at least 4 years. Some of you spent 5 years because they chose the 5-year path. And that makes you part of our family. And like a family, we ate together, we suffered together. You went through a gauntlet. You are, as a matter of fact, a group of people that is extremely well taught and well educated and well prepared to face life and to actually excel in it. I have no doubt about that. I have absolutely no doubt. And then we spend a lot of time with a lot of hardship, and that creates a bond. That creates a feeling that you will never forget. I am sure that none of you will forget your stay at DigiPen with us. We will never forget you. I don't know if you know that, but I keep repeating it as many times as I can, is that now that you graduated, you have the opportunity to come back for the next 10 years and study with us for free. That is something that is part of our pledge to you. That is actually the reason that we believe that we are different from other schools and other universities. It's because we worry about your future as much as we worry about ours, because they are in the two futures are so intertwined together that one cannot exist without the other. So if you fail out there, we're going to disappear as a school. And since this dream started 36 years ago, and we wanted to, continue and to serve other generations of young people to actually fulfill their dreams, we want it to continue. And for it to continue, you need to succeed out there. That's why we never wavered about the quality of your education. Whenever we had to take a decision, we had to take it with your future in mind. So therefore, we are one big body, one family. You succeed, we succeed. We disappear, you will be orphaned. Yes, I mean, this is true, right? I mean, you look back and say, oh, my school, I'm graduated from, that shadow school that doesn't exist. This is not going to happen in my lifetime. But you have been well taught, and you went through the gauntlet. And today, you have been ordered to listen for the past 4 years and to learn from your professors and from each other. Because this group was also the teacher of each other, you learn much more from your peers. That's why we put you in Edison, and we put you in these big, humongous halls, and we give you computers and tables, and we tell you, that you have to do your work in front of each other and so forth, is because we want you to teach each other. Not just from your teachers, your professors are there, to guide you and to run the drums and the beat and be there for you. But you have learned from each other, and that is what makes DigiPen so much different than any other school. Because you don't actually attend classes, with students that are doing law, and other students that are doing psychology, and other students that are doing economics, and you are doing engineering and computer science and arts and so forth, and all of you are in one class, 600-700 people of you. You're not. You are driven by the same goals. Even if you are an artist, you can work with an engineer towards the same goal. And you have learned how to work together. So you're ready. And I know, because when I was responsible at Nintendo, I was the chairman of Nintendo Software Technologies for so many years and chief technology officer. And I made sure that our DigiPen students, within 2 weeks, they are on the job. You don't need another year or a year and a half of teaching and retraining in order to be on the job. You are right on the job. You are ready for this. They will take you to HR. They will threaten you at the over there. They'll tell you, you talk about your projects, we'll put you in jail. They'll show you where the cafeteria is. They'll show you how they're so cool they are, where the vending machine, where the beer machine, if they have a beer machine in some cool companies these days. And they'll tell you, okay, go and work because you're a DigiPen student. If you are not a DigiPen student, they can't tell you go and work. They have to tell you go and train somewhere, then come back and work. So you all have been very well taught and very well prepared. We know that. We know by experience, we know it. Now, what would be my advice for today? Well, I wrote it down for you here, so you can take it with you because hopefully you'll keep this booklet as a souvenir. And from time to time, you read the first page and a half that I wrote. I usually don't like to speak too much because once, for one, can we say that? Yeah, for one, I am shy. And for another, I don't like to hear my voice. So I don't like to speak too much. So I wrote it down. And I summarized it into 4 little bullet points. The first one is to tell you that you have been well taught and you shouldn't worry. But you shouldn't become arrogant. The creator, the creation, the hazard and the opportunity, I'm not sure what you believe in, right? Created you with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Is to listen more than you speak. So my advice is that when you go, although you might know much more than the people that you might be working with, because they're no longer fresh, they're no longer dedicated, they have been, burnt by the work, I don't want you to go and boast. That's the best way to get kicked out of your job. You have to listen. And then shine. And then become key people in the environments that you are in. Make yourself impossible to live without you in the environment. Make sure that you are so useful. And if they ask you to do, 100%, do like a DigiPen, 150%. And dazzle them. And later on, they have no other choice but to recur to you and come back to you. You will be key people, and that's what your knowledge would allow you to do if you are humble, which is actually my 4th point. I just anticipated it, made it part of the first point, which will make my speech smaller. Second point that I wanted to talk about is you all came to DigiPen following a dream. I am sure you don't come to DigiPen by accident. Nobody will come to you and say, hey, why don't you join DigiPen? This is a good school over there. Maybe you go there and you find yourself a job later on. Nobody comes to DigiPen by accident. You have to, have DigiPen as a goal and go to DigiPen and seek DigiPen and arrive to DigiPen and get accepted and get educated there. Nobody comes by accident to us. It's not like these state schools where, they take 99% of the graduates, high school graduates of the state. So you end up in a place where, you go and do a first year of college experience of I don't know what, like have fun and be part of a fraternity and whatnot, etc., and have, a college experience of what they call it, college experience. You come to DigiPen because you have a goal and you have a dream. So that dream should not stop. You should continue dreaming and you should continue going forward in life. That is the second point that I wanted to mention in my little writing there. And I stress on that. People without dream, they will aim aimlessly forever, going nowhere. So dream big. I dreamt to create DigiPen. That was 36 years ago. I was 29 years old. It was a dream. And I started inviting other people to join the dream. And they started coming in, and they made it their own dreams, and they changed it. So although I am the founder, I am not really the founder, really, in reality. It's just the title they give me. But there are more than 530 people working at DigiPen USA to continue and complete and push forward the dream, including you as a student, 1,200 some students. You are part of this dream, right? And you are pushing this dream forward. So you have dreams too. Push them and dream big, and don't be shy. And be stubborn. Be stubborn. And if people tell you it's not going to happen, tell them they don't know anything. Because so many experts told me not to start DigiPen because it's not going to work. Either I'm really dreaming and I'm in a coma today, and all of this is doesn't exist and I'm dreaming it, or please, I invite you to pinch me on the way out to see if really I'm not dreaming, right? I'm not dreaming, right? Am I? I'm not, right? Yeah, okay. So this dream became the dream of so many people, thousands of people around the world today, because DigiPen is not just here. We have been invited by other countries, by government, to come and set up in their countries and help their students. And they became our students. They became like you. You are one single body. You have friends everywhere now. Last 2 weeks ago, I had the pleasure to speak at the accepted student open house for next year. And guess what? There was a father who graduated from DigiPen who has his daughter accepted at DigiPen. Can you believe that? The wheel has turned completely now. Now your kids might come to DigiPen. Right? So, the dream. Yesterday I was able to actually press a button and light up a little LED. But this is not like the switch on the wall. You turn it on and an electric wire lights up a LED. This has 21 years of university studies for this lamp to actually turn on. So, knowledge. You need to keep studying. You need to keep, your brain completely active. There is no Alzheimer allowed for you. All right? Okay, knowledge will continue. I said that. And integrity. Integrity and being humble. Integrity. We taught you at DigiPen that your role, even games, even when you make games, they're fun items, but your parents, your friends, your loved ones don't know something. Is that many people of my generation, they think that they talk to a computer. Mainly when you have ChatGPT today, you just go in and they tell you something. Nothing is given to you that hasn't been programmed by a human being. Nothing. So when you make a game, the million people that played Zelda, which is one of the trilogy that I had the privilege with some of the people working with me. Here you have two of them sitting in front. Three. And these games, when we give them out, the people out there, the million person out there is playing against us, the team, not against the computer. So we have to anticipate what a million kid out there is going to do. Going to spit on the pad, is going to actually sit on it. The little brother is going to take this thing and run away with it. We need to think about every single aspect of the game. And I used to take a spoon, and I would go to the little buttons, and I would put the spoon between two buttons, and I would go left and right very quickly. And if it hangs up, I would actually throw it away in the garbage. And the programmers would tell me, what did you do? That's not allowed. I said, allowed? How do you know it's not allowed? So when we release a game, it's a social act. The hundreds of millions of kids could be playing against us. Kids from age 2 to age 22, from age 9 to age 99, from age 7 to 77, whatever, age it is, they're kids for me. We visit them and we play against them and they play against us. So it's a very big, responsible act that we have to actually understand and we have to actually create. So integrity is part of your life. If you are not integer, if you are not honest, if you are not, responsible of what you are doing and how many people you can affect, you shouldn't be allowed to graduate from DigiPen. And if I felt, or I had a report that one of you is not an honest person, trust me, you wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't allow it. No matter what your knowledge is, I would have asked you to leave. So DigiPen hasn't been only about knowledge. It's about integrity. It's about being responsible. It's about dedication. It's about, doing the right thing. And that has to continue. If you want to pretend to change anything, you have to be honest. And integrity should be part of your style of living. That's it. There is nothing else to do. Do we agree on that? Anybody doesn't want to graduate today and tell me that I'm wrong about integrity? No, serious. You shouldn't. If you disagree with me, you should come, throw this cap in my face and say, to hell with you, Mr. Comer, and this degree. I don't want it. I don't believe like you. You have lived in an environment of tolerance. You have lived in an environment that accepted all the people that came to it, no matter what we thought, how we thought, and whatever our tendencies are. In an environment that is so nice and so enticing to education and to good living. So you are honest people, and that's what I believe. I believe in your honesty, in your integrity, and I believe that you're going to shine out there. Not just through your knowledge, but through your personalities. Do you agree with me on this? Yeah, could I hear it? Yeah, okay. Anybody not? You don't agree with me? This is just a play, yeah? It's a game. All right? So I said what I wanted to say, and now I usually do this at the end of the ceremony, but I want to do it now. I said that for the past 4 years you have been asked to listen and to learn. So we, in a way, stole your voice. We, in a way, didn't allow you to speak the way you want. But now you need to get your voice back. So I'm going to count to 3. And at the count of 3, when I reach 3, I want you to scream from the top of your lungs. Seriously. I want that next year, this convention center would not allow us to come here. Right? Because I keep telling my team that maybe we should change it. So hopefully you will help me now to bring it down. Okay, I count to 3, and I don't want just, I know that for 4 years you didn't say anything, right? But please scream as much as you, don't worry, they're not going to scream that loud. I know them. It's at the 3rd trial they're going to scream, so you don't have to cover your ears. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That was good. We're going to actually accept it as the scream of the year. El grito, as they say in Spanish places. And I would like to thank you. Thank your parents, loved ones, family, neighbors, whomever you invited, that they sent you, trusted us, and helped you through your education. I would like to thank you vividly. I would like to thank the staff of DigiPen, whether academic or not, because they really make up DigiPen what DigiPen is all about. Is their kindness, their dedication, their love to their job, their love to the students, and they love to give the knowledge that they know that you actually received it. And I would like to thank you that you stuck there, spent the time, and achieved. Thank you so much, and thank you for everyone that is here. And obviously, to my colleagues, I really bow to you, because that is actually the day we feel that we succeeded. And you guys are our future. Remember, if you have neglected a topic, if you have not had the chance later on, we have something new that we are teaching that wasn't available when you were here. I think I can see previous graduates that are re-graduating with masters and so forth. Come back. Education is free, and I promise you, food is free too. All right? And for all of you, you can always visit us anytime you like. Food is always on us. Right? So, and now that I'm no longer your supervisor, responsible of you, and you are graduates, and you graduated, I can now accept your offers for lunches, dinners, and any other gifts, because before I wasn't allowing you even to talk to me about anything. So we are now colleagues. So welcome to my world, and I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Comer. And now, Mr. Chris Comer, DigiPen COO of Redmond, will do the honor of introducing our commencement speaker, Ms. Eve Crevuchet.
Hey, everybody. Hey. I think I know every single person sitting out there. That's really cool. All right. Well, I'm introducing Eve Crevuchet today. Eve joined Take This. It's a mental health organization serving people who make and play video games, so people like us. She's the executive director, and she's been there since 2018. She's a 20-year veteran of the nonprofit sector, including education, social services, art. She's committed to identifying and enabling systematic change. Eve is a member of the advisory board of GDC, pretty cool, right? And the Fair Play Alliance, which was the recipient of the inaugural Games Beat Up and Comer Award, or Up and Comer Award in 2020, and the 2022 Games for Change Festival Vanguard Award. She lives in the Seattle area with her husband, her daughter, and 2 dogs. And please help me welcome Eve Crevuchet.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And thank you, Claude and Eric, DigiPen graduates, your families, and guests, and friends. It is an honor to be invited here today and to speak to all of you on such an auspicious occasion. First of all, to those of you graduating here today, congratulations. Seriously. You have reached an important and laudable milestone in your lives, and you should be proud to be sitting here today. I remember my own college graduation well. I was so happy to be there, proud to have completed the work, and equal parts excited and trepidatious about what was to come. Now, 25 years later, I look back at that moment with fondness and appreciation. I was certainly grown up enough in many ways, ready to support myself working, living on my own, and exploring potential career paths, and I will have more to say on that in a second. But I was also so young and untested, and knew only some of who I was and what I wanted to become, both as a person and as a professional. What followed were a couple of different career paths, a master's degree that I never officially used, self-doubt, self-discovery, fear, disappointment, and deep fulfillment. And that twisting path is one that I had no idea was in my future, but it's what I want to talk to you about today. You see, I have news for you. You also have no idea what your future holds, and that is a wonderful thing. In May of 1999, there is absolutely no way I could have described the life I live now, running a nonprofit that conducts research, advocacy, and training on mental health in video games, living in Seattle with not only a family, but dogs and not cats, lifting weights, and downhill skiing more than cross-country skiing. I mean, who knew? You have all attended DigiPen to receive a world-class education, as Claude pointed out, and in one of a few very specialized fields. So you already have a pretty good sense, right, of what it is you want to do. But let me tell you, you have no idea where it will actually take you. And I want to encourage you today to be open to all of the possibilities that entails. First, you won't arrive at a destination all that quickly. Your first few jobs are likely to be good but not great, or at least not quite what you imagined. It will likely take some time to get to where you think you should be. Be patient. In the game industry, it's quite likely that a studio you work for will go under, get acquired, or just simply cancel the game you're working on. It'll feel like a blow to the chest for a moment. But the story I can tell you from the other side is that this will pass. And if you choose to persist, you will take your experience and your knowledge, and you will move on to the next thing, and perhaps the next thing after that. And eventually, you will land in exactly the right place for you. I want to tell you a story about the worst job I ever had. I took a big career leap and a significant risk at an organization I'd been at for less than a year. My boss and skip level both acknowledged that I'd need a lot of support, but promised that I'd get it from them. So I took the leap. Spoiler alert, I didn't get that support. Was it fun? Not so much. Was it valuable? Beyond anything I'd ever imagined. Was it essential that I leave? 1,000%. And the next thing I did, it was to take the job I have now, leading Take This. It's awesome. All that to say that the twists and turns of your career may feel and look very bad in the moment, but it is the unexpected gifts and opportunities that come from those experiences that are invaluable. The path is not always straight, and that is okay. And that leads me to my second point. There will be things that catch you by surprise. New interests or roles that you hadn't ever considered. Fantastic bosses who teach you your work and life lessons and whom you want to follow. Dissatisfaction with some aspect of your work, frustration with roles or teams, and delightful opportunities. Embrace them. It can feel scary in the moment to step out on a limb or consider stepping away from what you've always planned on doing. But these shifts can often be gifts and opportunities. Don't dismiss them out of hand, and if they're scary, it's okay. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's doing something anyway while afraid. My first year out of college, I had 2 entry-level part-time jobs. I taught school programs and dressed up as cartoon characters, Elmo featured prominently, for the Boston Children's Museum, and I worked as an administrative assistant to a professor at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. In that second job, one of my tasks was to conduct preliminary searches for grant opportunities for the department. I learned how to understand the work of the department and how it might fit into funding opportunities, and it turned out I was pretty good at it. My wonderful boss, helping me think through my next career step, suggested I go out for a grant writing job. And that is what I did for over 10 years of my career. Now let me tell you, your career is also likely to make you afraid sometimes. It'll scare you and humble you and challenge you too. Trust me, I'm still learning that particular lesson. But you won't grow and you won't stay engaged unless you accept that you're going to experience bumps along the way. Some of your own making, some from the world around you. And mostly, it's okay. As an executive director, I've had to do a lot of very hard things, keeping Take This alive during an historic industry recession, navigating complicated but important partnerships, firing people, giving difficult feedback, admitting when I've made a mistake and then picking myself up and continuing to do the work. The list goes on and on. Some days it is exhausting, but then I remember that I am still learning, and I find new ways of doing things, and I remember what I am doing, and suddenly I've hit a new groove. It's pretty wild, actually, when you come out the other end of a hard time. All that said, sometimes work isn't okay. In games, that happens more often than I'd like. It's something I talk a lot about at Take This. So this is where I tell you, more than anything else, you deserve to take care of yourself. Take care of your friendships and family relationships, and pursue all of the many things you find interesting and exciting outside of work. No job is worth your health, well-being, or the loss of important relationships. Let me say that again. No job is worth your health, well-being, or the loss of important relationships. Don't sacrifice yourself to your work. This can be a hard lesson to remember when your colleagues are routinely working 60-plus hours a week, or the game director just cut a feature you've been grinding on, but it's an important one. It's an essential one. It's absolutely essential. So here's my advice to you. Honor your work by making it only a part of what you do and who you are. Honor yourself by making time for all of you. And honor the industry you're in by demanding the best from your employers and your managers. What does that look like? It means keeping a firm separation between work time and home time. Probably not something you've done during your years at DigiPen? Yeah, right. I remember those all-nighters, right? Turn your notifications off. Put down your phone and close the door to the office if you can. It means keeping yourself healthy. Do the basic stuff like eat, sleep, exercise. Seriously, do it. Stay in touch with friends and family who fill your bucket. Find your people and keep them close. I'm sure some of those people are sitting next to you today. Have fun with people who aren't your colleagues, although you are absolutely encouraged to have fun with your colleagues, I promise. Get mental health care if you need it. Seriously. It helps. And it means committing to pursuing other interests, even if those interests are games you're making for yourself on the side. I became a certified yoga teacher in my 30s, which made official something I'd loved and practiced for a long time. For a few years after my daughter was born, that was my primary employment, part-time and badly compensated though it was. I really loved teaching, and I found great satisfaction in it. Teaching is awesome, isn't it? But eventually I realized that that was not enough for me. It might not have been enough, and even though I no longer have time to teach, I'm so glad I took the time to pursue that interest and enrich my life. There's also a master's degree in communication studies that I thought would lead to a PhD that didn't. Academia was interesting and intellectually stimulating, and living in Chapel Hill, North Carolina for 2 years was a great experience for a little New Englander like me. But it was not the life for me. I wanted to get my hands a little dirtier, and believe me, I have. But my life is still richer for those experiences. So live your life, not just your job. Go places, learn things, meet people, eat good food, feel the sun on your face. I promise you that your life's work is as much these things as it is the job you have, even if the job you have is really cool, like mine. Finally, taking care of yourself means noticing bad behavior in your workplace and finding ways to, 1, protect yourself from its effects, and 2, protect others if it's safe to do so. Bad workplace culture causes burnout and all kinds of mental and physical distress, and it's not okay. So how do you protect yourself? First, believe people when they tell you they've been harmed. Evidence bears out the fact that there is far greater risk in speaking up than in staying silent. Second, teach yourself to notice power dynamics. I found it so interesting, Claude, when you said, now suddenly we're colleagues now. These are your colleagues, right? That's a new power dynamic you have. Power dynamics have a dramatic impact on how safe people feel speaking up, keeping themselves safe, or even saying what they think or feel. Third, assume the best intent of your colleagues, but not at the expense of the truth. And last but not least, if a culture is truly toxic, leave as soon as you can. In the meantime, operate with as much clarity, care, and respect as possible, and support those around you while you do it. Okay, those are pretty big asks I've made of you, but I have faith. You have just achieved something rather impressive, and I know you have it in you to do hard things. Today is just the beginning of a new chapter of a different kind of learning and development. Remember, it won't be a straight line. It will often be challenging. And you deserve to find a fulfilling career and life, no matter what it looks like. And also, finally, most importantly, remember that the cliche is absolutely correct. Your character, your actions, and how you show up for the people in your life are the things that matter most. Be kind. Be thoughtful. Be generous. Be courageous. And most of all, honor yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Crevichet, for that hard and seems often unexpected earning of wisdom that you shared with us today. We're going to take a moment now. I know we're all like, when does it start, right? You want to start walking around and getting things handed to you. We're going to take a moment before we get there, we're close, to just think about and remember back and honor the faculty who have served us over the past many years. So just pause for a moment. You'll have a moment for applause. Students and guests, just to look over and see our faculty gathered here for us and recognize them, recognize who they are, recognize the little heart symbols they're making right now. Thank them for what they've shared with us, their skill, their expertise, their time, their care, their concern, their stress, their talent, their respect, their experience, their dedication, and yes, their love. You might even catch a tear or two today if you have eagle eyes. So, for bringing all of that to their time with you, please join me in thanking the faculty. Awesome. And now we have a moment to honor some of you. So we'll be recognizing the valedictorians. There's a valedictorian for each degree program. This will be the student with the highest GPA in their graduating class. Please hold applause to the end. Again, I'm going to list the names and degrees and then some additional honors. Please rise as your name is called. So for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Animation, Riley Ray Willett. For the Bachelor of Arts in Game Design, Luke Williamson. For the Bachelor of Arts in Music and Sound Design, Gavin Ballines. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Digital Audio, Emma Luorn. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Machine Learning, Ed Phillips. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Game Design, Jasmine Hansen. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Maheen Goban. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in Real-Time Interactive Simulation, Hunter Smith. All right, get all of you back up again. Well done. All right, it's now my pleasure to ask many more to join you. All graduates graduating with honors today. Undergraduate students who have received a 3.5 cumulative GPA or higher, and graduate students who have received a 3.7 cumulative GPA or higher are wearing gold cords to signify that they are graduating with honors. If you're wearing a gold cord, please stand. Guests, please join me. Thank you. One last piece of wisdom for you. It is my honor to bring up Mr. Chris Comer to introduce our nominated student speaker.
Hello. Hey. Thank you, Eric. I'd like to introduce our nominated student speaker. This student was chosen by our faculty and staff to speak to their graduating class. They're a positive example of what it means to be a DigiPen dragon, both inside the classroom and outside of the classroom. Please welcome Lee Bong.
Hello, everybody. All right. When I was asked to speak today, I was admittedly quite overwhelmed. Graduating with me are some of the most amazing individuals I have ever met. And to stand here and say into this microphone how much they've all meant to me is such an incredible privilege. I promise the speech will be concise, still being sincere, and I definitely won't cry. Because today is more than just getting diplomas, wishing each other good luck and moving on with our lives, and admiring everyone's fun hats. Today is a time to reflect on all that we've done, take a breath, and remember. We've overcome a lot of challenges, adapted straight away to the change at the very start, jumping straight in during quarantine. The way the entire world interfaced and shifted, and we didn't back down. We met it, and we built upon it. From the extravagant outdoor club events set up in the back parking lot, To the professionally run Discord server communities, honestly, you guys built those up from nothing. To reimagining how students collaborate with staff and faculty and interface with classes in general, we've left a profound mark on DigiPen culture that will last for years. I wish I could sit and outline each exceptional thing that everyone that I've met and known has done in these 4 years, but that would push the speech way over time, and I would lose social battery. I'm certain we'll see this graduating class making waves far and wide throughout the entire games, film, tech, and just any research industry for years to come. Our class is about trailblazing and paving those roads behind us for those who come after. The level of inclusiveness, advocacy, and compassion shown in this group is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I've been through a lot outside of this, so I want you guys to really understand just how special this is. I certainly wouldn't be who I am standing here, of all places, without the love and acceptance of my peers. You helped me find who I am, and I hope y'all have found a lot about yourselves here too. I believe the workforce is in dire need of this kind of vibes, energy. It's been mired with undermining workers with massive layoffs, marginalized, unfairly compensating marginalized people, and raising the gates with those with neurodivergence and disabilities. It can be daunting to see just how much work needs to be done in progressing these. But we have a very potent tool coming into these challenges. We have organization, we have each other. You have inherently a network of now fellow and alumni to help make this change, to make things better. We can support each other through tides of uncertainty that I'm sure everyone's feeling with everything. We enter into a long-standing contingency of DigiPen dragons whom we can constantly connect with about just how loud Edison Lab could get and how easy it was to sink an unspeakable number of hours into certain projects. This togetherness is how we look out for each other, how we can continue those connections, how we aren't alone when we're out there fighting. Bit by bit, we can change what's expected of folks in this industry, and a lot of the great advice that we got from our speaker can show a lot of those things that we can do to raise each other up, build alliances with your fellow developers, and just become something greater than just game people. Because I do want to emphasize we are standing here, I guess sitting, among truly exceptional people, and you might not feel that I'm not talking about you. You might think that, sure, that guy was great, but I don't know, I got here. That the amazing people and the amazing things that people do in this room doesn't include you. I've certainly told myself that on a few occasions, but you deserve to be here. You've accomplished so much, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for each and every one of you, because your team, your projects, the things you've gotten to wouldn't be here without you. Every single person here is irreplaceable and will go on to do tremendous things. The lessons we've learned and experience we've gained have all been a joint effort, much like all miraculous things in life are. It's not just one person doing a thing, it's a huge team. So as you await your turn to walk across the stage, hear your name, take note of each of your fellows, because they are here because of you, just as much as you are because of them. So in closing, today isn't goodbye. This was just the tutorial phase after all. I'm so proud to join you on this new adventure, and I'm so glad you're all here to celebrate that with me today. Thank you.
Lee, thank you for sharing your words with us. As you know, Lee, in addition, was our esteemed president of the DigiPen Student Union and did a wonderful job representing the entire student body in that position as well. So thank you for your leadership, dedication, and flexibility getting on and off the stage. I would now like to draw your attention to the DigiPen Dragon Chorus as they perform Other Commencement. The lyrics to this song are by DigiPen alumnus Ariel Kim. The music is by Dr. Sarah Riskind, and it is conducted by Stephen Obent.
The end of this chapter has arrived. The start of this chapter has begun. Through all the years we spent together, losing and growing connections. We know that we've learned, we've grown, we've made it. Through all the years we've grown, we've made it through the years. Older, ready to take on the As long as we grow as we did, life will continue to open new gateways. With life and these paths, like we did in these past years, growing, fighting, rooting, learning our passions in the best way. Nothing will tell us we cannot move on. Hardships thrown at
Thank you, DigiPen Dragon Chorus. We are now ready to confer degrees. As a reminder, we ask that guests stay in their seats during the ceremony and not approach the stage, as we have professional photographers who will be sharing links to photos of all graduates within the next 2 days. Conferring degrees for the MFA program is Program Director Mark Henn. The Master of Fine Arts in Digital Arts combines foundational coursework in the fine arts with extensive digital production experience to help students develop both their personal skill and artistic voice. James Crumbo. Carly Meno. Angel Wang. Conferring degrees for the MSCS program is Program Director Dimitri Volper. The Master of Science in Computer Science allows students to further their understanding of computer science while specializing in an advanced subdiscipline of simulation software and video game development. Rillin Morgan. Jia Hao Huang. Jing Hu. Gumchai Logat Grawe. Conferring degrees for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Animation is Program Director Jasno Francoeur. The Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Animation teaches students the techniques, processes, and tools that professional artists use to create powerful, affecting imagery for games, animated films, and other digital media. Ashley Wee. Junei Jerez. Prudence Miller. Kara Olbrich. Valentina Ross. Emma Schul. Marina Hansen. Christine Quinn. Amanda Horner. Serendipity Unpinko. Natasha Siroshton. Sabina Malo. Erin Chu. Yujia Wei. Dorita Janotan. Pacharapan Leogiatun. Grady Hutchinson. Charles Mers. Frank Sparling. Josephine Patio. Jonathan Nim. Isabel Warren. Benjamin Lee. Ian Walden. Lilu Perry. Madison Benson. Audrey Panfili. Anna Edwards. Jasmine Stewart. Emma Melgards Hagen. Stephanie Wooten. Nico Blancaflor. Mason Ricks. Sophia Baldian. Heidi Balanzar. Cody Van Duven. Michael Hansen. Andrew Moon. Mimi Toom. Thane Suen. Mark Kelly. Kylie Sullivan. Victor Ramirez. Margot Filchiva. Devin Stratton. Emily Hogue. Carolyn Francisco. Madeline Jeter. Riley Raywald. Tyler Ward. Rachel Mizak. Crystal Kang. Kiki Eidsmore. Tracy Leung. Annabelle Sun. Reggie Arnold. Conferring degrees for the BAGD program is the program director, Jeremy Holcomb. The Bachelor of Art in Game Design combines game design theory and practice with coursework in the humanities, social science, art, and the fundamentals of mathematics and computer science to produce graduates with a deep knowledge of how to craft compelling game experiences. Etienne Bonin. Cameron Adams. Zeke Hannigan. Luke Carbon. Grant Schatz. Bruce McCubbin. Eric Moser. Matt Peterson. Jonathan Haight. Claire Andrews. Maxwell Percy. Laura Bernheimer. Narun Apisukunchart. Chayanan Shatnaratanaku. T. Rung Sri Tong. Pulwat Papram. Joseph Kunezek. Sarah Ryder. Grigory Kolesnikov. Ben Murray. Luke Williamson. Zach Johnson. Matthew McFarland. Ramona Riccio. Jonathan Serafika. Pei-Ling Lee. Oscar Manzan. Joey Kiram. Conferring degrees for the BA MSD program is Program Director Lawrence Schwedler. The Bachelor of Arts in Music and Sound Design focuses on the creative principles of interactive sound design. This program combines foundational coursework in music, including music history, composition, theory, and performance, with practical training in studio recording techniques and sound design principles. Maximilian van Ginneken. Eric Liboban Gunderson. Alex Raup. Gavin Baulines. Jem Kortlever. Anya Yatskova. Chase Miller. Clark Biard. Conferring degrees for the BSCSDA program is Program Director Lawrence Schwedler. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Digital Audio combines the disciplines of computer science, audio engineering, and music. This degree program focuses on audio programming and digital signal processing, along with audio production and implementation, to train the next generation of game audio programmers in the development of adaptive soundscapes and the tools needed to build them. Alexander Weiss. Ben Schwedler. Jarek Akwili. Conferring degrees for the BSCSGD program is Program Director Ben Ellinger. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Game Design combines game design theory and practice with coursework in computer science, mathematics, the humanities, social sciences, and arts to produce graduates who are proficient computer scientists and designers. Braden Nevers. David Saulnier. Wiley Frank. Natalie Boulay. Preston Neekfard. Dayton Westmark. Nick Hines. Carlos Garrido. Mezd Abbas. Mason Kashubi. Jennifer Acid. Liam Surratt. Yong Woon Yo. Atisha Sopa Tumo Rangsi. Ashley Blankenship. Christine Kaiser. West Folks. Jasmine Hansen. Hel Wilfund. Hemi Choi. Julian Palomaria. Tessa Lowe. Armand Mashouf. Zach Stevenson. Mary Q. Aiden Keene. Emma Lawarn. Isaiah Swinton. Caleb Kingsford. Jack Waldron. David Colacurcio. Brendan Epp. Alex Moomey. Donovan Passantino. Jason Hunt. Osprey Verboncor. Conferring degrees for the BSCS ML program is Program Director Barnabas Bede. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Machine Learning focuses on predictive modeling and core machine learning algorithms, as well as various paradigms such as artificial neural networks and deep learning. Students explore applications ranging from natural language processing to computer vision as they learn to draw meaningful conclusions from large distributed data sets. Ed Phillips. Hyun Choi.
So I'm making returns.
Jamin Wu. Logan Opie. William Quinn. Adam Tackett. Isaiah Dickinson. Adam Doolittle. Julian Jocks. Evan O'Brien, Connor Brennan, Kobe Dennis, Frank Bartkus, Sean Williams, Arthur Lee Baum, conferring degrees for the BSCS program is Program Director Pushpak Karnik. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science prepares students to develop software through a combination of computer science theory and continuous practical application in team-based projects. Students learn to gather, store, and analyze real-world data to connect and harness the power of distributed computing devices, and to create digital interfaces that are natural and intuitive. Alexander Cardosa, Parker Hone, Luke Mostert, Gavin Liu, Han Yun Chang, Jasmine Widgery, Maheen Goban, Dongho Lee, conferring degrees for the BSCS RTIS program is Program Director Pushpak Karnik. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Real-Time Interactive Simulation focuses on developing, implementing, and programming complex interactive simulations and computer graphics in real time, giving students the knowledge and skills to produce highly complex software systems at a professional level. Hunter Smith, Riti Batwal, congratulations. Emma Cross, John Tsang, Hannah Brobeck, Justin Lee, Ethan Kame, Kenneth Anyalak, Ethan Young,
5 seconds on the mic.
conferring degrees for BAGDs, Program Director Jeremy Holcomb.
Apologies for splitting the BAGDs. This is intended to honor the fact that design is an iterative process.
Easton Williams. Dev Seitz. Jericho Nasser. Ramita Chot Ipang. Hugard Traorong Rong. Young-Gyo Park. Sam Bix. Conferring degrees for the BSCS RTIS Pushpak Karnik. Yo Sung Jung. Sun Woo Lee. Dai Choi. Daniel Kim. Jin Hyun Choi. Cole Peterson. Dante Kiiza. Cassie Treese. Lance Soon. Tommy Tang. Genhui Sim. Jonathan Morse. Going to give the last graduates their moment. All right, everybody, please join me in giving one more round of applause to the graduating class of 2024. Fantastic. Every year, as new cohorts join the DigiPen community, our president, Mr. Comer, extends a warm welcome during new student orientation, encouraging them to bring their utmost dedication and passion to their time here. Probably all remember that. Yesterday, right? Now it's my pleasure to introduce him again as he expresses his thanks to our graduates and wishes them the very best as they embark on their new career. Please welcome Mr. Claude Comer.
Thank you. Thank you again. Well, I always have a two-part speech. It's logistic, and I have to admit, what happens is that many times in the first part of my speech, I forget things. And then as I go to sit down, they start sending me notes. You didn't say that, you didn't say this. So I always divide it into two. This way, I cover my grounds. It seems that I did not actually, there was a misunderstanding in the way I thanked the staff. I said clearly I would like to actually thank the staff, whether they are academic or not. But people did not understand that I'm also mentioning the the administration as well, the administrative staff, obviously. And we have at DigiPen, and without them, we have more than 200 people in the administrative staff in the US here, in our campus in Redmond. And without them, obviously, your lives will not be as smooth as it should be. And for those who are present here that are not students, you have to understand that we actually really worry about every single ailment that our students may endure. And we understand the difficulty of the education. And the only way this education could be administered is simply by being very patient and have a true caring attitude and true sincere love towards our students and sincere dedication. And our staff really, our entire staff, whether academic or not, which means everybody, right, has to abide by these qualities. And if they're not really natural qualities to themselves, I don't think they last at DigiPen. They leave. And we, honestly, over 36 years, you can count on the fingers of one hand the people that I have asked myself to leave, or we have actually ejected ourselves from DigiPen. Most of the time, people come, they join, and they find out that this is not, their world. We are truly nice people. Seriously, DigiPen is made its success being nice and being understanding and being comprehensive and being helpful. And even during, if you remember the COVID times, we even distributed food to our students' homes, and we knew that the entire stock that we had in our fridges and our warehouses, that we would use it all if necessary, because our students didn't have the time to go, or didn't have the opportunity to go shopping because the shops were closed during COVID and so forth. So our entire attitude, our entire education, our entire success is based on the fact that our staff is extremely kind, extremely generous in their time and efforts and so forth. So I again thank you so much for building DigiPen and presenting a world and an environment that is so accommodating and so invites success to our students. So if I didn't mention that before, I'm mentioning it, and I apologize for missing it. Now, my final statement. I would like just to say thank you and goodbye. I don't want it to be adios, I don't know how to say it in English, adios. Adios would be what, like bye forever? No, I don't want that. I want you to really go, be successful, and after a successful life, come back, because you really have to teach. You have to teach what you have learned in life. The worst thing in life is to die with your knowledge and never pass it on to somebody. Here lies a genius, but a stupid person that died with all their knowledge. They never passed it on. That's the worst thing that could happen to a human being, not passing on what we know. Unlike worms, when you actually kill a worm, you teach a worm a trick, you kill it, and then you feed it to other worms. Believe it or not, the other worms would know what to do because they ate the knowledgeable one. Since we don't eat our ancestors, we have to teach our kids before we leave. So please, grow well, become successful, and come back and help us teach and produce more generations. I may be here, may not be here. Hopefully I will be still here when you come back, because that means your success will be very quick. Right? Well, I apologize for again, let's call you parents, all right? I mean, I'm not going to every time say parents, friends, neighbors, and loved ones. You're parents for me, all right? So thank you, parents. I know that this is not your usual graduation. If you've had other kids and other places, we don't wear, like robes and stuff like that, our students do. We may not be the traditional, ceremony, but this is us. This is truly us. We never showed any other face. Everybody knows what DigiPen is. As I said, you seek DigiPen, you come to DigiPen, and one, it's going to be hard. It has the syllable pen in it. Understand it the way you like. it could be penitentiary, it could be whatever you feel like. So this is who we are. We are very serious, but we always have a smile on our face. And we don't like these ceremonies to be really boring and without any heart and without any feelings. So this is us, and if this doesn't please somebody, we really regret and apologize and say sorry, but that's whom we are. We are like this. Thank you so much. Thank you, and go well. And again. I don't want to forget, because I received a note. I think you need to actually move your tassel from one side to the other. So just do it, please. So. Do it. Because we need to really graduate you. Because if you don't do it, we take back that booklet that we gave you. Then I don't know if do they toss it in the air? Okay, so now you toss it in the air, and please, don't toss it towards people you don't like, and don't aim to the eyes. And when you toss it, please don't look up so it comes back to your eye. All right, so now on the count of 3, you scream again and you throw it up. 1, 2, 3. I see somebody who cheated. She did not throw her hat because it's decorated. You didn't throw it either. Just pretend. Just pretend. Come on, up and down. Okay, all right, fine. I failed. Okay, thank you so much. And I think we still we have some events at DigiPen. We do. We do have we can host you at DigiPen. Kind of a Last Supper kind of things. And as I said, and I mean it, food will be always free when you come and visit again. Just tell them, and I am entitled, Mr. Comer said so. Anyway, whomever asks you anything, if you took the tray from the cafeteria self-service area and you didn't pass by the checkpoint to pay, nobody had ever interfere with anybody. So it's always free for you. All right, so thank you so much again, and we hope to see you again soon, healthy and successful.
Thank you, President Comer. A few additional thank yous before we depart. I would like to take a moment to thank, in addition to President Comer for his rousing speech, the following people. To presenters and members of DigiPen leadership, of course, President Comer, Chris Comer, and the program directors for overseeing our education and for their role in honoring you, our graduates, today. Our faculty and staff for their hard work and commitment to our students' education. Eve Trebuchet for her inspiring speech today. Thank you. To Lee for their motivational and heartfelt speech to the student body. Thank you. To Maddie Caswell and the Commencement Work Group for planning and executing this incredible event. To the marketing and communications and DigiPen Sound Lab teams for their support and publications of this ceremony. The DigiPen Faculty Quintet, the Dragon Chorus, and the DigiPen Chamber Singers for today's beautiful performances. The Linwood Event Center for providing this beautiful space. And finally, to all of you, family and friends, for your support today and over the years in helping our students reach this point. Thank you. Coming back. Welcome.
I am back. I want to ask you something really that is very important for us. When you have to understand that we have to report your employment to the government. And I forgot really, this is not part of the speeches or anything. This is a true request. I mean, if you really want to help the school, because we get penalized if we do not report your employment. So please, when you get employed, just take a time to actually send us a note telling us where are you employed and when did you start, and you know, some details, very you know, brief details, so we can report that employment to the government. It is very important for the school to know where you are working and how many of you are working. And I hope that all of you will be, you know, if you didn't find a job already, that you'll be finding one pretty soon. I am pretty sure that, you know, experience and time has told us that, you know, event prior to now, 36 years till now, told us that we don't have to worry about your employment. So please, do I have your promise, guys? All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then you will get 2 dessert when you come and visit. I'm really done this time.
Yes, please do stay in touch. We have wonderful alumni parties, and you're all now invited. So guests, we kindly ask that you please stay seated until the head party, the faculty and students have left the hall. There is a reception taking place at DigiPen immediately following the ceremony, and we hope to see all of you there. Let's just give one last round of applause for the 2024 graduates.
our